why does this channel exist? The main reason I decided to make this channel is really to give filmmakers tools, things that you cannot find anywhere else. Because those tools are things that are developed over the years, because I was struggling for so many years trying to find the right partners to help me get my films off the ground. And coming from a small country like Luxembourg, things weren't that easy. Luxembourg is such a small country in Europe. We have like a dozen of producers, and most producers didn't understand my vision as a filmmaker. So when you're young and you want to start out, it's really hard trying to get into the industry. I was starting to doing my own little films. Some of them went to festivals, others, no one saw them. All this has given me all the experience that I managed to get over the years. Back then, equipment wasn't that available as today. Because I was lucky, I went to film school. I used it more to make connections and to get access to equipment. So I used that equipment to do my first films. Because I spent more time outside school than inside the school making my films. That way, I managed to learn things the hard way, because that's the best way to become a real filmmaker. Everyone tells stories based on their own experiences. In my case, I always wanted to tell stories based on my own experiences growing up as an immigrant in Europe. But I was born in Egypt, but at the age of 6, we arrived in Luxembourg. And that's where the real trouble started. Because I had a lot of identity issues, because no one understood my background, my culture, my language. And because of all of those experiences, I decided then to become a storyteller. But back then, I didn't know what it meant to be a director or producer. But over the years, I was always fascinated by everything around storytelling. I was always writing my own stories. I was always telling stories. I was always telling jokes. I never knew what cinema really was. The first time I went to the cinema, I was 22 years old, and I saw a film called La Haine. It's a French film that was shot in 1995, in black and white. And funnily enough, I could relate to the characters in the film and to the story. Even though I didn't grow up in France, my background in Luxembourg was very similar to the ones of the characters of this film La Haine. This film, until today, has really marked me and marked so many people around the world, because the story is timeless. And that's the power of cinema. So after watching this film, I told myself, I need to become a filmmaker, because I knew filmmaking is really my path. That's the way I can express myself in a free manner, where no one can put me limits. But as a filmmaker, it's very important, okay, that you know what you want to give to the audience and how to keep it as personal as possible, and not to be scared of touching certain subjects. Of course, there are limits to different things. It was really my best way I could express myself. And I did my first film on hip-hop in Luxembourg. Who has ever heard about hip-hop in Luxembourg? And that's actually something that I knew a lot about, because it's very important to tell stories from your point of view based on things that you know. I took a camera, I just bought it, like second-hand. It was a mini TV camera. And I went around to film my friends who were in the hip-hop scene in Luxembourg. Because myself, I was a DJ when I was younger, so I was super fascinated by this culture. Because the beauty of hip-hop is that you have so many things that come together. I decided to do a documentary using people I grew up with, and I shot this film just randomly. I just took the camera, filmed them, asking them questions. People saw it, and they were so fascinated by it because they saw something new, and that was before YouTube. Whenever people think about Luxembourg, I'm pretty sure you as well, people always think Luxembourg is a country where people have big cars, lots of money, like super stability. Okay, it's very safe, but those are things I never experienced when I was younger. So I really wanted to show something else from this country. I speak, for example, 5 languages fluently. We use like 3-4 languages every single day, because that's something which is quite unique in the world. And that's why I decided to tell my stories based on what I know. And why I'm telling you all this? Because film is also about emotions. It's about being critical. It's about expressing yourself. And I really want you to use all those tools that I'm giving you now to inspire you, so you also can be as genuine as possible and as honest as possible towards yourself and towards your audience. We as human beings, we are real storytellers, and that's how we can change the world. So I really hope that this has inspired you to think differently on how to make films, on how to tell stories. So do not hesitate to like, to share, and to subscribe to my channel, because I will be posting every single week new stories on how to make films. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to share everything with you.